Y'all ain't gonna believe what I'm gonna do today. You're not gonna believe it. You're just gonna have to stay tuned. What's up, YouTube family? Gerald Greenlee here with Clean and Green Lawn Service in beautiful South Georgia. Hey, hope y'all are having a great day today. It is a Monday here, and I call it beautiful South Georgia, but it is overcast, about 100% chance of rain today. It's gonna be a mess. So anyway, I just left the shop. I got some wood in the back of the truck. I'm gonna go over here and see if I can get things finished up at Elrose before the rain comes in. I'm actually only gonna be able to get over there and just kind of set everything up and maybe work for about 20-30 minutes, and then I got to run take care of something, which is the part you ain't gonna believe. You just got to stay tuned for that one, I'm telling you. Anyway, I'm gonna try to get done at Elrose today. I think if I had a couple of hours, so if the rain would hold off to say, you know, maybe 10:30, because by the time I get there, it's gonna be 8:15. Then I'm gonna be gone for about 30 minutes, so that's gonna, you know, cut into my time. Like I said, don't think I'm gonna get to work much today. Tomorrow, my wife has surgery, so I'm not gonna really, not gonna do anything tomorrow. Wednesday, I'll probably do some work, but I'm gonna stay pretty close to the house. I think I'll probably go up, maybe up to, may go up to Deacon across the road and go ahead and get all them posts and stuff set. In fact, I'm not even going to church Wednesday just because, well, I'm just gonna stay close around. Deacon across the road is not across the road now, but he only lives about 2 miles from me. So I'm just staying close around, and, you know, so I can keep a check on my wife. Man, I forgot to show y'all what I was doing at Elrose. I'm going back, but I got to run up here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all some clues. Some of y'all, you know, the better you know me, you probably figure it out. Somebody might already have it figured out, who knows. So it's 8:50, and the bank opens at 9 o'clock. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to the bank, I'm just giving you those clues. And I'm gonna be buying a vehicle. Okay? So we're going to the bank, getting out money to buy a vehicle. But the vehicle's not gonna be in my name. So there's your next clue. I'm getting the money out of the bank for a vehicle, but it's not for me. It's not for my wife. It's not for my kids, right? Well, not really. Y'all got it figured out yet? It's Z-Man. Z-Man needs a ride. And so he's borrowing the money from me. So I'm not giving it to him. I'm gonna give it to him today, and then we're gonna payroll deduct it. So I hope he don't quit. Y'all look at that, man. Z-Man been dealing. You ever held that much money, Z?
No.
No. You ain't gonna hold it long, are you?
No.
All right, so there you go, man. Y'all see? You know, there's a lot of people out there that say, you know, business owners, they don't care nothing about their employees, and all they want to do is make money, and, you know, this, that, and the other. And I realize the smaller the business, probably in most cases, the less true that is. I've even seen some really large businesses, you know, that take really good care of their employees. Now, the beauty of a small business where you got kind of control over everything, and, you know, you the person in charge, you the bean counter, you're the salesperson. I mean, you do it all. When you got control of everything and you know what's going on in every little area, you know, you can do stuff like that a little bit easier, I guess you would say. I realize a large business, you know, is not a bank, and I'm not a bank, but just trying to help somebody out. Any of the guys that, you know, work with me, if they need something, you know, or get in a tight or whatever, they know that if I can help them, you know, I will help them. And as I've said before in videos, one of the things that that I'm trying to do with these young folks, because look, they're not going to be with me. They going to cut when they get through high school. They're going to go out and get them a real job, right? And I've said this before, I don't even want them working for me after they graduate. I want them to go get a real job. Go get something that's got benefits, something that's got, you know, retirement, insurance, better pay. And if they're going to cut grass once they graduate high school, they need to go get a truck, trailer, and a lawnmower and work for themselves, you know, where they can make the better money. So I know I only have these guys for a season of life, high school, you know, a few years. And one of the things that I want to teach them in that time is not about mowing. I mean, they got to learn how to mow, weed eat, edge, blow off, and meet customers' expectations, but they learn that quick. But what you want them to learn is life lessons, you know. I want them to see how I deal with a customer that's hard to get along with, and, you know, how I deal with somebody that don't pay me. I want them to see how I deal with them when they do something dumb, right? When they call you and the mower's in the bottom of the ditch and we can't get it out, and they were doing something that they weren't supposed to be doing to begin with, you know. How do I act when I show up over there? Am I throwing stuff around, slinging stuff, and fussing and cussing and all that kind of stuff? No, I don't do that, you know. Now, I'm not saying I don't ever get aggravated, but I don't, you know, I do my best to never lose control. I put it that way. I want them to, you know, I'm very transparent with my business. I want them, they know that we cut some yards that we don't even make money on. You know, I mean, they smart enough to figure out if they drive 15 minutes out to something, 2 of them cut it, they there for 45 minutes, they drive back in for 15 minutes. They smart enough to know that $60 or whatever it was, because they know what I charge for most of the lawns. I don't hide any of that, because again, I'm trying to teach them things. So they know, they like, he made, you know, by the time you figure gas and pay and all that, he ain't made nothing on that lawn. They know that, so they see how I treat a widow lady that maybe is struggling. And I'm not saying any of this, I hope it doesn't sound like I'm bragging. I'm trying to make a point here that what I'm hoping, and listen, a lot of these kids are in a really good place anyway. They got good parents, they're in the church, so they know about benevolence, they know about generosity, they know, it's not like I'm, you know, I'm changing their life or anything, but I do want to have an impact in it. And so like this situation here, one day, one of these guys that work for me, one of them, if not more than one of them, will probably have their own business eventually. And they'll have the opportunity to hire some young guys that, you know, maybe in a tough financial situation or something, and they'll have to, you know, what I'm hoping is one day those guys would look back and say, you know, I remember when I was working with Mr. Gerald, and I remember, you know, so-and-so needed needed a ride, and he loaned him the money. You know, maybe not, it might not have been them I did it for, but somebody, and they say, you know, I'm gonna help somebody out. So those are now I'm not even saying what I did is necessarily wise, okay? You have to draw the line between helping somebody and enabling somebody. But you know, I think a lot of Z-Man, I think a lot of all the guys that work for me, and you know, I would do what I did for him for anybody that works for me, you know, if they needed it. Now there's a risk, and I've already talked to him about it. You know, you get an older vehicle, there's going to be things wrong with it. There's going to be things that happen to it. The transmission could go out in 2 weeks. And I just told him, I said, now look, you know, it's just like you getting it from a bank. You borrow the money, you got to pay the money back, right? Even if the vehicle's sitting in the yard, you still got to do that. So, but you know, even banks deal with that. People go out and get cars, they get them, and then it quit running, and they quit making payments on them, and so then they come repo something that don't work, you know, whatever. So anyway, that's a long way around to say all that, I reckon. But the greatest thing we can do, especially for the next generation, is help to prepare them for life, you know, and teach them lessons. And so for me, in my case, it's really more because again, young guys that work for me, you know, for the most part, they come from good homes and they've been taught well. So for me, it's just reinforcing, you know, what you've already learned. And you know, a lot of times you'll find out, if you got kids, you know this, a lot of times your children will have a role model, so to speak, somebody that they look up to, somebody that they'll listen to. If this person tells them the same thing that you tell them every day, and they don't listen to you, they'll hear this other person. It's just somebody different. There's something about a parent. I mean, you know, everybody goes through that. So anyway, that's enough of that rambling on. Gonna be a 30-minute video. Let me get out here and show y'all what we got going on. So Elro, some guys from the church built this. We built this ramp for him when I was remodeling his house when he moved in. I wasn't here today. They built this. I did most everything inside, but they built this ramp. And so he just wanted to add an extra rail in there. So you can see that new rail. I did get his step lifted up back here. I raised this step up about 3 inches on this corner. I think it may still be down a little bit, but it was down bad. I mean, it just had a bad tilt to it. So I got that. So anyway, pretty much done. I got to get up there. The other day when we were building it, we ran out of some reason. I miscalculated on the 2x6 hangers. So we got 1, 2 of those that's got to go on. And this one's not bolted. I got to come put some, I got structural lag screws that's going to go in that and go in on this end up here that I haven't put in. All the corners are bolted though. And so that's what I'm doing today, just working on that. I had to piece this right here, so I'm going to run the sander across that. It's really not bad, but I just want to knock that down a little bit. So those are just, and then they wanted me to do something with this. This is no longer in service, but wasp nest got built up in there last year, a big one. And so I think we're going to take this out. We might spray foam that hole and then just put this back in, or just cut a piece of plastic to put over it. So, and I'm going to see if they want me to. If they want me to, I'll have Z-Man come over here and pressure wash all this. So anyway, trying to get it buttoned up. Get it buttoned up so I can get in Elro's billfold, man. I got to get that money back I just gave to Z-Man, or loaned to Z-Man, right? No, actually that came out my personal account, but anyway. All right, let me get this done. Check back with y'all. All right, there we go. El Finito, man, it's done. Put a fork in her, she's done. So turned out pretty good. Got a mixture of old lumber and new lumber, but anyway, got up here and where I had to make a couple of joints. I sanded all these corners, and I sanded down here where I made a joint, sanded these joints on the edge. So anyway, got it looking good. Time to move on. I was gonna go in and holler at Elro, but I'm guessing he must be gone to physical therapy. They always leave the door open for me when I'm over there working, so actually I got a key to the house, but I don't know where it's at. Which he keeps one here in a secretive place. Anyway, it looks like it's about to rain for sure now. So, but I'm happy I was able to get that done. I would like to come back over here and get, I'm gonna come back over here and get my trash trailer. I'm gonna go ahead and get it and haul it back to the house. But I want to go ahead and get this tool trailer back. I mean, if it starts storming, I'll leave that trailer there, but I did pull it out to a part of the yard that won't be submersed in water. So anyway, yeah, that turned into a job, man. That was more than well, more than I anticipated. It took longer for sure. I really figured even working part days like we were, 3 or 4 days, we'd be done. And we started over there last Monday and basically worked there every day but Friday last week, even worked there Saturday. Now they were part days, but we added some, like tearing out that whole floor and redoing it, which was very time consuming, and running them rails on the front porch, which really wasn't that big of a deal. Having to replace one of the beams under the bottom. So I could have done it faster if I just built a whole new porch. I mean, it would have literally been faster to do a new porch and a new roof. But anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm about to get back to the house. I will check back with y'all. All right, well, this is how the day has turned out. As y'all can see, I'm sure it's wet. So got finished up at Elro's, got both of my trailers back here. So I went back just to visit with Elro and check on him, and also went to check the roof to make sure, you know, that everything was draining like it was supposed to, and everything looked really good, which I got a 1-1 fall on it. You know, that's about all you could put on it and keep the head space clearance that you need up top. So, but we don't have any snow or anything like that here. You don't have to worry about that. So water drains pretty good on a 1-1 pitch. But anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut out the video here. Probably ain't gonna be doing much of nothing this afternoon, just sitting around chilling out, rubbing my dog's head or something, you know. So hey, appreciate you watching the video, and my prayer for you, hold on, let me slow that down. Shout out to one of my subscribers who had been trying to figure out, I say this really fast at the end, and so I'm gonna slow it down. My prayer for you is always the same, that the Lord might richly bless you, and that you might see all of your blessings as from Him. Hope you have a great day.